Hello and welcome everybody to the world famous Indianapolis Motor Speedway, where we have brought you guys the next Mobil 1 Cup Series race. And being here at the famous Indianapolis Motor Speedway, we gotta have a commentator that does famous Indianapolis Motor Speedway races. So I have with me one, my fellow Ed Boy, and two, the NC Jammers 500 commentator, Anthony McCurry. And yes, I'm surprised I remember that.
My Ed Boy!
Well, how's it going, Anthony? How's it going?
It's been going good. I see that they got the walls repainted since we had the last NC Jammers 500. Those evil, evil people. But anyway, that's not here nor there. Thanks for having me, Michael. It's kind of interesting seeing cars after I've been commentating trucks so long, so it's weird. But that is beyond us. It is time for Mobil 1 Cup Series action here at Indianapolis.
Yes, it is. Now I will turn it over to you for a quick update on the point standings.
Oh, okay. Well, let me get my picture up because I'm a cheater. Anyway, here we go. And the point standings, it is Ben Braley leading over Max Newworth, I guess that's how you pronounce his name. All right, good. And, yeah, it's been a pretty interesting topsy-turvy point standings right now because Joshua Balkin is running in third, and he's only 1 point away from Max Newworth, and Ben Braley has been just pulling away from everyone else with 480 points, and Newworth has 451, and it's 450 for Joshua Balkin. And I'm telling you what, though, the point standings from there on down are pretty well close.
Yes.
I've got never mind. Sorry.
Yeah. Well, and the funny part is Joshua Balkin is actually starting on the pole right now.
Yeah, I noticed that. And if Balkin can get a good finish here today, and let's say Balkin maybe gets a top 5. But Braley doesn't get a good run, he could easily put a dent into the points lead.
Yep. Talk about a good close points lead, much like the one you've had at Homestead-ish.
Ish, yeah.
So
Ish.
far. Well, it's time to get those most famous words in motorsports, so let's go trackside.
Drivers, start your engines!
Well, it's the command to fire the engines. The cars are rolling off. And then this long pace lap begins here at the Indianapolis Motor Speedway.
Indianapolis Motor Speedway is a 2.5 mile track. One of the only 2.5 mile tracks in the current NNSCRA schedule that is not a restrictor plate track. Of course, yeah, Pocono is another one, but Pocono and Indianapolis are the only two that are 2.5 miles that do not run restrictor plates, and Pocono is much different than this racetrack because it's not a rectangle.
Now, upon looking at the further along of the starting grid, we're here looking at O'Neal Balvin. And if I'm not mistaken, he is currently 4th in the point standings, safely in the chase, but he starts dead last today, so that might not be a good thing for that number 20 team.
Yeah, only 16 laps to make your moves, and the laps tick by away at this track like clockwork, so, I mean, it's not a super long race for you to make any moves. It's starting at the back, I don't know if that was by, if that was by design or if he just didn't have a fast car, but definitely, I don't want to be starting towards the back with this many laps.
Well, Anthony, if you had to pick a car on the racetrack, who would you think would be the one that would go to victory lane today here in Indianapolis?
Yeah, thanks for letting me choose so I can curse somebody.
Come on, we don't have as bad luck as Seth and Poteet.
That's true, Dad. I'm gonna go with the. I'm going to go with Eric Enrage, just because he is in my series as well as your series, and he does really good in the trucks, and I think Eric Enrage in the 42 could do well. He's starting quite a ways back, but he's on the inside line.
Is
Eric
Enrage in your truck series right now?
He is, and he drives the 42.
He's not supposed to be.
Well, hey, I didn't do the point standings, and not the point. Wow, I didn't do the sign-ups.
Well, I had told Seth that that Eric and Rage was in my series.
Well, I don't know. I have a lot of doubles coming over, but probably just because we don't have that many people. So
Our
yeah.
green flag is out, and I guess that's something that we're gonna have to take up with Seth. But
Well, it's too late now. It's already been official, but I think one of the reasons why we did that is because there's just so few drivers that was going to be for trucks. So a couple of crossover drivers wouldn't be so bad.
It wasn't even that. The truck sign up went faster than mine, and it was getting full of people who are not in any one series.
Then again, Seth made the rules, so he can break his own rules, I guess.
Yeah. Well, we'll talk to him and see what he says. But Joshua Balkin will lead the first lap here in Indianapolis. And as you see, these cars get some really good grip. But once that grip starts going down in the later run, you'll see them slipping and sliding.
One thing I've noticed about these cars, they're able to hug the racetrack pretty well. Usually in the NNSCRA, you see the cars kind of sliding around a little bit at tracks with a flatter turn area, but right now they're pretty glued to the racetrack, if I do say so myself.
Yes, here's the car that we're watching, and he's already on a move forward, gained at least 5 or 6 positions so far, and that's O'Neal Bolvin in that 20.
I said starting towards the back was a bad idea, but I mean he's able to get it around, so he's going through the field a little bit, and that's actually pretty good. I honestly thought he wasn't going to be able to make the move as early as he did, but we're already on lap 3, so there's not a whole lot of laps to go.
Nope, and then here's Eric and Rage, your pick right here. He was last in the 29th position, but he should be slowly and surely getting up through the field here. We're going to head back up towards the lead here and see what's going on. It's still Joshua Balkin. Bit of a single file action now going on up at the front, and then just as I say that, Jonathan Zorley going to try to get a run underneath the 84 Brad Smith.
Now, those 52 and the 84 trucks look almost identical, so I don't know if they're on the same team or not, but those two cars working together is going to be a good thing going on because they were able to shut down the 8 pretty easily, so I don't know, there may be a little alliance going on there, at least it looks like that until they try to go for the lead, which they are.
It's one good run down the back straightaway, get a good enough run heading off into turn number 3, and we could see it pass.
It's looking like it's going to get that way. Oh, never mind. Here comes that 8 car behind. I keep wanting to say truck, but...
Oh, look at Brad Smith. He's all over the back bumper of Balkin.
Oh, Smith and Balkin getting into it. I think there was some bumpers being used right there. That looked a little too close, but Balkin still holds the lead. Here comes Smith to the inside. Whoa!
But 8 car said, okay, if you're not going to go, then I am.
And he does, and he gets to the inside. Easy pass.
I think Brad Smith may have had to bail out of the throttle a little bit there, too.
He's lost 3 positions now. He's back under the clutches of the other driver. That outside line, that's one thing that does not work at any track or with any car and any series at Indianapolis. The high line does not exist. It doesn't. So as you can see right there goes the 8 to the inside. He's going to take the lead easily off of Balkin.
Yep. First lead change of the day, and it's for Jonathan Zorley with Max Neuwirth right behind him. That's
Jonathan Zorley was a driver in the Truck Series last season. He did pretty well. He had a win, so he's doing pretty well here. But never mind, he just lost the lead.
Second in points, Max Neuwirth will take the lead with Nick Alton right behind him, Brad Smith, and Ryan Casey coming up that inside line.
There's some good racing going on at the front of the field now.
Getting a little bit of single file behind him. Looks
That's
like
proper
O'Neal
Indianapolis.
Baldwin's still back in the 31st position there. He might have lost a couple of spots. But remember, we do have pit stops coming, and anything can happen when these cars come down pit road. Like right now.
Like right now.
Here they come to pit road. It's going to be Brad Smith or Max Neuwirth that stays out, but we're going to keep an eye on the back.
Oh, 7 cars around.
And NASCAR. NNSCRA does not throw a caution for it. Everything seems good. Hardly any damage on that 7 car.
I think the reason why they may not have thrown a caution for that is because they were slowing down to go to pit road and he righted it so fast. So, I don't know. NNSCRA has been throwing some pretty interesting yellow flag rules in the field, but that's neither here nor there. But as few cars stayed out, and I'm very surprised that many cars stayed out, although I don't think I want to be part of that hornet's nest that just dove onto pit road.
Uh-oh.
Now, that's not good.
Matthew Dalio, surprisingly still able to keep up, has a small buckle on the hood of his race car.
That can't be too good for visibility. I don't even know where that happened. Does any of these cars look like they've got a busted up
I think he's
rear end?
the one that might have hit the 7 car down into everybody.
Oh, that makes sense, and he stayed out. That makes sense.
He's like, fuck it, I'm staying out.
Like, forget you guys.
So the 14 car comes to pit road. It's a long track. So let's see, out of all the cars, who got out in front of others. The 24 has a small buckle. I think that was when the 7 car went flying down in front of him.
Yeah, that was just a bad situation for a lot
Nick
of these
Alton
drivers.
got out ahead of everybody, so Nick Alton could get the lead here. 18 or the
Wow.
19. There's the 1 car coming off, and here's the rest of them coming off pit road now.
It's a good strategy from the Nick Alton car.
Oh yeah, I completely agree with that. Here comes Alton. Will the 14 car be able to be up to speed before the 90 passes him? Nope.
Nope.
It just flies by.
he's like, lol, nope. And with that, the number 90 Chevrolet of Nick Alton is now the leader, followed by Jonathan Zorin in the 8.
Yep, so that must be some good pit strategy on the part of these drivers.
I want to bet he took 2 tires. He had to have taken 2 tires.
Now the question is, but taking 2 tires, was he able to get enough fuel in his car to make it to the end?
Now, that is a question because they pitted around halfway anyway. I mean, actually, they pitted before halfway, so we're probably going to get another pit stop into this race.
Okay,
But
so as they cross the finish line, me and Anthony McCurry will go through your top 10, starting with Nick Alton.
as Jonathan's already behind in a fierce battle.
Yep. Rohit Vaidarvu.
And Brad Smith.
Ryan Casey.
And Daniel Voiles.
Max Neuwirth.
And Joshua Balkin, who fell back after the pit stops.
Oh, yeah. And Wade Brummer.
And that would be Morgan Grempler.
That would round out your top 10. Now let's see where some key and crucial.
Ooh, look at the battle for the lead.
We're gonna go ahead and take a look and see where crucial people are at in the points. You know, we all know Joshua Balkin is right here. He is in 8th position. That's still a good run. 7 points is right in front of him. They should be tied at this point because you said Balkin or Neuwirth was 1 point behind Balkin, or was it the other way around?
Let me pull it up, and it is Neuwirth is 1 point ahead of Balkin.
Okay, so then Balkin pretty much has to get around Neuwirth, and then the points should be tied at that point.
Yeah.
So then our points leader, which is Ben Braley, he is having a horrible day. Oops, passed him. He is all the way back in 32nd place.
Yeah, that's quite a ways back. But I don't think it's enough to lose the points lead over, though.
And O'Neal Bolivan is here in 26th. I don't know. Remember the points difference. He's in 30-something, and the leaders are in the top 10.
Yeah, but there was a 29-point gap between him and Neuwirth, so I don't think he's in danger of losing it yet. But he is close. And as Michael's gone silent for a minute, it's a 3-way battle between the lead right now. It's up. Never mind. Jonathan Zorini gets pushed out of the way. Whoa! Almost gets beaten up in the left rear quarter panel by the 4.
It's Rohit Vaidarvu in the 4 car. Hasn't seen victory lane since Talladega. He might be itching. Now those cars have to kind of work together to chase back down the 90 car. But the 4 car says, you know what, screw teamwork.
He's like, yeah, this isn't a restricted plate track. I've got a faster car than you. Out of the way.
Well, it's seen it happen. Now, will the 4 car be able to chase down that 90 and pass him?
Chevy power at the front.
Not that many laps to go. The question remains, who will make it on fuel?
And another question is, do they have to stop again? Because they pitted before the halfway point. The majority of the drivers did. Some of the drivers that stayed out the second time around may be able to stretch it, but
that would include Max Newworth, our second in points.
Yeah, Oh, there they go.
Here comes a lot of cars down pit road, and I think Balkan is one of them.
Well, they pitted a little earlier than I thought they would, so they're probably going to be able to make it all the way. I want to bet that they short pitted the last time just because they knew they probably weren't going to make it all the way.
Yep, and here comes Ben Braley, the points leader down pit road as well.
There's a lot of drivers that came down pit road that came down in the massive sea of cars in the first time, but the difference being is that they're a little bit more spread out. So
Nick Alton, Ryan Casey, Max Newworth, Garrett Pick, William Bedford, Jessica Villanueva, Eric and Rage, your pick, John Arndt, and Joseph Srigley are the top 10 at this point.
It's a pretty good top 10. I wouldn't mind if it finished like that. Here comes the 90 down pit road. He's going to lead the train. Nope, driver's staying out.
Max Newworth. Remember, he stayed out along with a lot of other cars. Just Jessica Villanueva and Eric and Rage. They all stayed out longer than the others.
I want to bet, could they maybe stretch it? I mean, they've got a pretty big gap over the rest of the field. In fact, they're about ready to lap half the field. They could, in theory, be easier on the throttle and maybe make it all the way. Remember, when they hit the stripe, they only have 2 laps left. Can they stretch fuel for 2 laps?
With 3 cars that stayed out, it might be a little hard to do that. I could see if 1 car maybe, but not 3. They're going to be racing to try to get up there.
This, I don't want to have to draw parallels to it, but this, oh, never mind, there they go.
Yep, coming down pit road now. The 3 cars that stayed out, 5 cars, 6, coming down pit road now. Coming in to take 2 laps to go on pit road.
I was about to say I didn't want to have to draw parallels to the Indianapolis 500, but that almost looked like what happened during the 4th one when everyone was close on fuel and it ended up only 1 car being able to make it around on the lead lap.
Question will remain: is it gonna be fuel only, or is it just gonna be a 4-tire stop?
It's gonna be fuel only. I can't see how you'd be able to take tires and even remotely have a chance of winning.
14, fuel only, no tire adjustments, and look at that! Look at that! Garrett Pick got out ahead of everybody.
Garrett Pick, I'm almost thinking that he maybe took a splash and he may be questionable if he can make it or not.
Oh, but here comes the car. I think that's the 4.
Now, can Garrett get out in front of Vedaravu? It's going to be close. Here comes Vedaravu. Here goes Pick. It looks like Pick may be able to slam the door on Vedaravu going into turn 3. Here comes Vedaravu on the outside. Not a preferred line. Pick to the bottom. Vedaravu up top, and Pick is going to maintain the lead.
Garrett Pick, yeah, maintain the lead with William Bedford going to be in the 2nd position. So Rohit now, who thought he was going to start cycle around as the leader, thought wrong. White flag, 1 lap to go.
Does Pick have enough fuel? Because he may not have filled the tank. Here comes Vedaravu. He's like, I'm not even going to question whether or not he's got enough fuel. I'm just going to go for it. Vedaravu to the lead.
Rohit Vedaravu takes the lead in turn number 1, makes a very easy pass. Now he's just got a mirror drive.
He's got to keep that 2 car behind him. That's the important thing right now. But I don't think he's going to be able to keep it behind him for long, because here he comes. He's maybe making a move to the inside. Nobody pushes Vedaravu up the track.
He's going to try. He's got the bumper.
Whoa, he grabbed him. He tried, but it's not going to work.
Pushed him up, though. And it looks like for the first time since Talladega this season, there's a wreck on the front straightaway. But Rohit Vedaravu will win the Lilly Diabetes 250.
Wow, what a run to the finish.
I don't see the caution out, so apparently whatever happened on the front straightaway wasn't enough to bring the caution out.
Don, you NNSCRA.
Alright, so let's see. Is there the last car should be here to cycle around?
That's Dylan Thoreau.
Oh, the 62 is out.
What happened to him?
Sky Commons. I don't know. Something happened to Sky. clean and green all race long, even with a couple of incidents, and yet we have one car retire.
What is it with the number 62 in any of the NNSCRA series?
I don't know. I really don't know. Max Newworth will finish 8th, and Joshua Balkin will get a top 10. While
It's like a...
Where's the points leader finish?
It's like a curse. Wow, where did he finish?
31st.
Wow.
So a dent has really been gained in that points lead.
Yeah, no kidding. The dent is, well, kind of small. And that makes it official.
Yep. Rohit Vedarvu officially in victory lane. The first time since Talladega this season that Rohit has been in victory lane. That's going to be able to definitely secure him a wild card spot. And where did Rohit come into this point standings?
Rohit Vedarvu came in 9th in the standings, 100 with 434 points. So he's probably jumped up at least to 5th.
And Rohit Vedarvu has guaranteed himself a spot, even if the next couple of races he has bad and gets out of the top 10. We only have, I think it's 2 races left after this to get into the chase. We're going to New Hampshire next week, and then we're off to Richmond.
Oh yay, Richmond!
All right, so as you can see clearly where you finish, I guess we can look and see at what happened to the 62. 62 car was out of the race since lap 16, so it must have been him that had the last lap accident.
Right. So we still need to address that because it was kind of weird how it just kind of happened.
Alright, let's see what happened. Oh, okay. A little miscommunication, maybe?
Possibly.
A 43, wow, turned him right down.
Yeah, that would be why we didn't have a caution.
And that's why the smoke was on the front straightaway.
And I just want to point something out. That's the number 62 South Point car. There's a number 62 South Point truck in the truck series, and that truck was driven by Seth Cole last year, and guess what? That truck sucked. Sorry, I just had to. Yeah, it's kind of funny, but
so far the 62 Sky Cummins has won both the Drive for COPD 300 and the All-Star race.
Well, then I'll keep my mouth shut.
Alright, well, ladies and gentlemen, if you like this video, please be sure to like and leave a comment and share if you want to. Go on and subscribe to Anthony McCurry. I'm sure he's got some stuff coming out pretty soon.
Subscribe to Michael Norman, because Michael Norman makes awesome things that you need to hear and watch and stuff. And he uploads things regularly, and I don't.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, this has been the Mobil 1 Cup Series from the Indianapolis Motor Speedway. I want to thank Anthony McCurry for taking the time to come up here from his busy Oreo Truck Series schedule and come to co-commentate with me up here.
Yeah, it's been a pleasure. It's always nice to go to Indianapolis, regardless of what series is going there. So, thanks for having me, Michael. It's been really fun.
Absolutely. Well, and for the voices of the Oreo Truck Series and Mobil 1 Cup Series, this is Michael Norman and Anthony McCurry saying, until we meet again.
Adios.